Hello, I'm Skid from the Fullscreen Gaming Forum. Today I'm going to be giving you a look at the cave. Now, just before I begin, I've not played this game yet, and the reason for that is it only has one save file, and there's something at the very start of the game that may or may not become an issue later on. So I want to show you that first before I get the chance to go through the game. But while I am at the start of the game, I'll quickly show you the settings. Firstly, it picked up my display resolution quite happily from the get-go, so it didn't have a problem with that. If you look at the background, you'll notice that it appears to be having problems rendering on the left and right hand side. That generally means that it's trying to render in horizontal plus, but effectively the game hasn't actually put anything there for it to render. So that's also a good sign. Options wise, there aren't particularly many, but it's a 2.5D game. It's stylized to a degree. You can use your keyboard and the mouse, or I think you can use an Xbox controller. So I will let the game introduce itself.
Welcome. Don't let my sultry and mysterious voice startle you. For hundreds, nay thousands, nay tens of thousands of years, people have come to me in search of what they desire most. Few find what they are looking for. Even fewer ever leave. Welcome to the cave. That's me, the cave. Yes, I'm a talking cave. Don't laugh. It makes dating hell. Besides, I have a really interesting story to tell you this evening, so pay attention. It's a story of 7 people and a glimpse into a dark place in each of their hearts. But be careful before you judge. There is a dark place in your heart as well. Someday you will find yourself descending my depths in search of what you desire. And you might not like what you find either. But enough about you. This is about them.
So, as you can probably see, on the way down it appeared to be horizontal plus, and then now that it's got to the bottom it looks like it's zoomed into vertical minus. And that's the strange thing. It looks like this is the only bit where it will do this, because if I then select one of these characters...
The sign moving along? Ah, the time traveler. She is here to right a wrong 1,000,000 years in the making. Fortunately for her, yesterday is a new day.
I'm hoping that narrator keeps going and is as good as it is in a minute, because that will definitely improve the game. But yeah, as you see, since I've moved away from them, the game is now horizontal plus again. But I don't know whether there's going to be other sections where it's going to try and zoom in like this and then overcompensate. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But you can take 3 characters with you out of these 7. And I'm probably going to take the time traveler, the adventurer, this one here.
Oh, the adventurer. She is hot on the trail of her lost companions and unequaled ancient treasure, but not necessarily in that order.
And I'm not sure which of the other ones I'm going to take. I'll let you have a quick look at them though.
Ah, the monk. He seeks his master so he can become the master. It's a journey filled with peace and enlightenment. And murder. Oops, sorry. The twins. They just want to go outside and play. What could be more innocent than that? The scientist. She is on the cusp of a great discovery for all of humankind, and 100 million lives hang in the balance. The hillbilly. On this fine night, he searches for his true love, but does desire burn too brightly in his heart? The knight. He is on a quest for a sword of unequaled power and prestige. But will he find it before anyone else gets hurt?
So yeah, I'm probably going to be taking the time traveler and then the adventurer. And I don't know about the third one, but I'll leave it there. I'll give the game a go and I'll tell you what I think of it a bit later. And I'll tell you whether or not this becomes a problem. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back, and I've done a fair bit, so I'm a fair way through it now. Let me just jump in. Hopefully I've fixed the jumpiness that may have been in the first part of this video, or the lack of smoothness in the video. basically, hang on, let me do that. What was causing that was the fact that the game runs at 30 frames per second, but if you enter a menu like this, it runs at 60 frames per second. But even though the game is actually running at 50 frames per second, it's still only rendering at 30. So if you then record it at 30, there's kind of a desync issue, but it basically means that it's getting some frames that are the same, some frames that aren't, and if it's not perfectly in sync, then it looks a little bit jagged, and it's not that smooth. So now I'm recording at 60 frames per second that I will then convert down to 30 frames per second later. Hopefully that'll sort it. Anyway, this is my motley crew of miscreants. Some terrible things have already happened, but I'm not going to spoil it. But I believe I know where this one's, the Time Traveller's area is. I've already done the first two areas, the Twins and the Adventurers, so they've already done their areas. So, hopefully, if I'm right, this one is her area. But the game is basically a puzzle platformer. The narrator is not used as much as it could be, but it's still used to reasonably good effect. So, key. Do I need that skeleton key? I bet I do. Did they pick up the postcard? Yeah. I'll send her back for the skeleton key. It's not outside, it's inside. But yeah, I'm liking the art style. The controls are a little bit derpy, or they can be a little bit derpy. I would say either play the game with just the keyboard or play the game with just the mouse. Oh, did I need to bring that skeleton key with me? I don't think I can go that way. Nope, I can't go that way. I bet I know how I've got to get that key back. I bet I've got to send the twins round again. That's what I get for saving and exiting. Where are the twins? I mean, you'll see they're holding a postcard. You can steal it at the beginning of the game. You get an achievement for it. And I've been carrying it with me just in case I get an achievement for taking it to the end of the game. I've not bothered checking. I'm just seeing if I can. No reason whatsoever. But the game is full of strange little things like that. I'm going to need to bring all three of them with me, aren't I? To get the twins back inside to get the key. I'm not entirely sure whether these maps are being changed as I go through them, or depending on the characters I go through them, or if they've been specifically designed so that regardless of which three, or which combination of which three characters you bring with you, you will always be able to find a way to proceed. And the reason I said that, or the reason I say that, is one of the first areas I arrived to appeared to be for a character that I haven't got yet, or I didn't bring with me. But yet, this area, in order to get to this area, the only way I could get to it was using her area. So, not sure. They've either designed the levels incredibly well with that in mind, or it's being tweaked slightly so that regardless of the composition, you can always go through to the end and find each three areas. But this, what I'm doing now, is effectively the most annoying thing of it. You can't summon them to each other unless you go to a new area. So if you have to backtrack like this, then you've got to do it 3 times. That's a bit of a pain. But yeah, I was talking about the controls and how derpy they are. Basically, there is a mouse and keyboard control, but the problem is they don't particularly work well together. So it's advised that you... So or I would advise that you either use the keyboard or you use the mouse. Now let's try and avoid the thing that I don't want to show you. Oh, there it is. The skeleton key is stuck in the door. So that was a waste of time. Good to know. I can't progress that way because of the fire, and I don't have anything that can get through the fire. That door is locked. This door is locked. There has to be something somewhere. I wonder. I may be repeating things I've tried. Does that remind you of anything? Excellent. There aren't many references like that in this game, but there are some. You'll see them here and there. Just in case. We might be able to pick the lock with the bone. So which way are we supposed to go then? That has to be her door. It absolutely has to be. I can't walk through it. I get the postcards of the twins. Yeah, I get the feeling Total Biscuit's not going to like this game very much. For one, it's a puzzle platformer and he's starting to get annoyed with those. And for two, some of the solutions are a little bit convoluted. Although generally there is a degree of logic behind them, but still. That has to be the exit. So if that's not the entrance, this is the only way we can go. But we have no way to get past that. I wonder. Nope. You can insta-kill the characters if you get them stuck. I was wondering if it would send them over to the time traveller. Did I see a key anywhere else? No, I didn't. It's possible. Oh, that stopped the fire. So that's specifically designed to not let me take the time traveller through here on her own. Get the ball past the fire. But the time traveller is the only one that can make it through there. So...
No doubt you have realized by now that here in the cave, the rules of time and space are not exactly, well, set in stone, so to speak. But for the time traveler, time and space are mere playthings, tools manipulated to pay back petty slights. So, prepare yourselves for a tale of revenge that spans 1,000,000 years. And remember, even with the best of intentions, time travel can be unpredictable. And with the worst of intentions, well, I guess we're about to see. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just trying to scare you.
Right, I need a power cell for that time machine. Typically that means taking it out of something that's already using that power cell. These little things are scattered around, they're basically just artworks. But they tell you the story of each of the characters you brought with you. Right. I'm guessing that's flammable to some degree, or that's movable. If I plug the hole... Can I get through? First. I'm fairly sure that I should be plugging the hole for some reason. Why let me plug the hole if there's not a reason for me to plug the hole? So we'll leave that there for now. Ah, I might know. We are told to plug the hole because in 1,000,000 years, if we don't, that wall's still going to be there. Maybe. Or maybe it'll be gone in 1,000,000 years. That's my thinking, at least. So before I activate that, it would be prudent to see what's over here. That's just going to roll straight back in, isn't it? Yeah, I've not got anything to stop that with at the minute. Although I can kind of guess what way this is going to go.
Behold, science!
Alright. Walk through there.
Oh, it's you. I thought we fired you. Still sore about getting passed over for greatest employee of all time? I'm sure you saw my commemorative photo on the way in. Don't feel bad. My family has
can
been
still see it.
working here for generations. I take that back. Do feel bad.
Well, personality must not be a big hiring point here.
Let's see. Doesn't appear to be of anything of value down here. Now see, this is what happens when you try and use the mouse. I clicked and I couldn't go right because it was still trying to get to the position that I clicked to.
This exhibit features the ancient combustion engine, or as it was commonly known at the time, the Dino Hibernator. In the early 21st century, humans used these primitive engines to power everything from toothbrushes to toasters. And elevators. Ancient man's addictions to toast and teeth brushing quickly exhausted the world's oil supply.
Actually, no, I want to hear that. Finish.
This exhibit features the ancient combustion engine, or as it was commonly known at the time, the Dino Hibernator. In the early 21st century, humans used these primitive engines to power everything from toothbrushes to toasters, even elevators. Ancient man's addictions to toast and teeth brushing quickly exhausted the world's oil supply. Once the precious substance was finally depleted, ancient man was forced to find more advanced sources of power, research that led directly to the modern hover boot design. It also set the stage for the bad oral hygiene fashion craze we still see to this day.
So there you have it.
No touching the exhibits.
Fortunately, you can't die.
Although no actual ring busts have ever been uncovered, top archaeologists believe they were commonly used as some kind of head accessory from the 1940s to the late 2100s. They came in several styles and colors to project the mood of the wearer. Upon entering a social setting, each person would assess the crowd by the types of ring busts they were wearing. It is thought that World War I was started when Sir Winston wore a particularly inappropriate ring bust at a cocktail party with the American President Franklin D. Bon Jovi.
I think they've got their history a little mixed up. The thingamajig and the watchamahoot.
Archaeologists have yet to determine the original use of the smurg. Thousands of these strange artifacts have been recovered at ancient dig sites around the world. People living in long-gone eras often carried several in their pockets at all times, leading some experts to attribute to the smurg a religious or mythological significance. Other historians dismiss this reasoning, claiming a more mundane use by teenage boys to twirl and braid their hair. We may never know the true use of the smurg. What do you think it did?
It's a very good question. Moving on. She really is pissed at that guy.
Hey kids, smell like a real live dinosaur with our newest interactive exhibit experience. Dinosaurs existed over 10,000 years ago. Now you smell like a stinky old dinosaur. Isn't that great?
Why do I get the feeling this is going to have an effect on the laser? Can I not pick it up?
Greatest employee of all time says, no touching the exhibits.
On pain of death. Okay, that's not the solution. What's that trying to zoom to? Ah, damn it. Buggy game is buggy. I can't move. And I can't kill it either. There you go, I broke the game. I'll be right back, I'll see if I can't unstick myself. And I'm back. I managed to unstick myself, as you can probably see, but I then spent the next 45 minutes not particularly getting very far in this section, so I'm probably going to leave the video here. I'm fairly sure I've covered everything that I need to. The game's okay, the aesthetic's nice, but there's a fair few bugs and a few issues here and there that are either going to irritate you, or like that one that we just saw, you'll just get completely stuck and have to restart the game to get it to work. But yeah, okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.